What's up guys, today we are going to be showing the tips and tricks needed to smoothly beat the Stormgate campaign on brutal difficulty, especially which items to pick up and when to use them, because having certain items for certain areas can make the difference between a smooth run or a painful defeat. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. The first tip is that it is actually not that effective to kite enemies with Amara, since she attacks over 10 times per second. It is faster to stand and fight and to use healing items such as bandages, since they do not have that much use later on in the campaign.
Finding a path.
Speaking of which, you always want to make sure you're checking every single little nook and cranny for items. You'll especially want to make sure you grab the espresso shot, otherwise your AI controlled hero unit will get himself killed, so you'll need increased DPS. One thing I'd like to point out is that this footage was recorded during the early access version of the prologue, so problems such as AI controlled heroes charging to their death may not be an issue in the final version. Next up, you'll want to make sure and activate the secret bonus objective. After all, what kind of person are you if you don't help this poor old farmer? After returning the livestock, you will be awarded with a suspicious soda that will rejuvenate health and energy. After that little fiasco, make sure you head up here to grab a desert garment. This item will double Amara's armor, which allows her to take much more damage for your forces. After you unlock Amara's teleport ability, head back to the healing shrine. Here you will find the Sigma XCE module, which increases Amara's energy regeneration rate. This is a powerful item because it is stackable, allowing you to use Amara's abilities much more often as you find more as the campaign progresses. Time for some deja vu. To make sure your AI controlled hero won't get himself killed again, rush the choke point to ensure that your units are the ones taking the damage. Next up, you can either head north to free the prisoners, or south to destroy a scavenger base. I'd highly recommend heading north as it has better item pickups. First off, make sure you head west to grab this weapon, which increases Amara's damage slightly. Then, head north to grab the Luminite shard. These shards will be very useful during chapter 1 and should be saved for future missions if possible. In addition, grabbing a second garment will further increase Amara's armor. Between these two garments, Amara's armor has been increased from 10 to 60. This is where things get a little tricky. Once you kill the guards, you win. However, before you do this, you'll want to lead them on a wild goose chase to ensure you grab both Luminite shards before ending the mission.
Give me the lowdown. Give me the lowdown. Here I come.
Without further delay, let's jump right into mission 2. The first trick is to head to the bottom right to grab some resources and items. After you claim your base, you immediately want to search the bottom right for pickups. The Explorer's Lantern isn't strictly necessary, but it can be quite convenient for finding other items. Also, fun fact is that you can literally teleport right over this wall. Anyways, once you build 2 Lannisters, the wall explodes and becomes a pretty generic RTS mission. You clear enemies, find pickups, defend from attack waves, and find Sigma artifacts. No, that's literally what they are called. Apparently Frostshine hired some terminally online iPad kids to come up with the names of assets. Moving on, make sure Amara is the one tanking the damage, as you have no way to heal your ground infantry. It is essential to grab this healing salve. It is an absolute lifesaver in Mission 5. You'll see why when part 2 of this guide comes out. Make sure when you start the boss fight, you kite Gorlock away from the constant stream of infernal forces. In addition, make sure you spread out your forces in a cone shape, since his attack does damage in a line, kind of like a lurker from StarCraft.
Rise! We will deliver you too!
And with that, we'll immediately jump into Mission 3. The opening sequence of Mission 3 isn't too hard, but there are a couple things you can do to get the most out of your infiltrators, since they cannot be rebuilt. Because the infiltrators are a modified version of the 1v1 unit, the Greven, they throw sticky bombs when loaded into a sentry post, which is very useful for clearing out these defenders. Once enemies are cleared, salvage the sentry post and only infiltrate the command post. You don't want to waste infiltrators on the other structures since they will automatically be rebuilt, same with the sentry post. The name of the game is to use Amara proactively. She can kill every enemy in the early game. In addition, use your leftover infiltrators to take over expensive buildings such as central commands and mech bay. There is no reason to spend a lot of your early resources on defense. Amara can take care of that too. Don't forget to find some time to look for coves with items. There are a lot on this mission, so I can't show them all, but the items can be very useful, except for the big red button. I have no clue what it does, but I'm saving it just in case as a hidden use later on in the campaign. Make sure you clear out the bonus objectives, again with Amara. Having several AI-controlled exos will allow you to destroy the first of 4 enemy bases. After that clear, use Amara to weaken but not kill the second base with the remaining AI forces, while sending your units to kill the second bonus objective. Another optional item is the Sandrunner boots. These aren't needed, but can save a lot of time when running Amara all over the place. If you are struggling with taking down the enemy bases, you can just run in, use Amara to tank, and focus fire the main structure, and get out.
I'll take the screaming as a good sign.
If you notice the timer getting low, you can build a defensive armor depot and load sentry posts with bobs to slow the infernal onslaught.
Allies are under attack. On an invalid location.
Instead of getting your forces blended at the front entrance, use the secret passage. Here, you will find a second XCE Sigma artifact. Using this path, you only take a limited amount of fire from your foes. Here is some footage of your defense slowing down the Infernals, buying you some time.
Our forces are under attack.
Too much, damn it! We're falling back!
The key to taking down Major Galt is to avoid his jump ability and to kite him with ranged units. Abuse Amara's duplicate ability, which has attack priority from enemies, meaning that Galt will run right through your forces, taking lots of damage. Once you take down Galt, you win.
You idiots are fighting a war that's already over. You're dead! You just don't know it yet.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for a Chapter 1 guide, or watch this video here.